Hey guys, how's it going? In today's video, I'm going to talk about why you really shouldn't be scared of a stock market crash and why you should be more focused on long term and maybe have some cash on the side. Never always have your money, never always have all your money in the stock market. Always have about 20-25% out of the market because you want to prepare for days that are really bad. Gives you a really great buying opportunity, but if you throw all your money in and that day comes, all you can do is bitch about it and not do anything about it. But if you focus on the company and long term and you take a little bit of a gamble, you could be very successful. Even if we are in a market crash, it only creates a buying opportunity, and I will explain why in this video. Like I said, don't fear a market crash. A market crash will eventually happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. But if you are invested in a good company, it will recover. Let's watch an old video of Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, in 1997. I'm only gonna be playing one or 2 minutes in it because I want to let you guys know. I'll also post a link below for the video so you can check it out for yourself.
Hi there, who are you?
I'm Jeff Bezos.
And what is your claim to fame?
I'm the founder of Amazon.com.
Where did you get an idea for Amazon.com?
Well, 3 years ago, I was in New York City working for a quantitative hedge fund when I came across the startling statistic that web usage was growing at 2,300% a year. So I decided I would try and find a business plan that made sense in the context of that growth. And I picked books as the first best product to sell online, which are making a list of like 20 different products that you might be able to sell. And books were great as the first best because books are incredibly unusual in one respect, and that is that there are more items in the book category than there are items in any other category by far. Music is number 2. There are about 200,000 active music CDs at any given time. But in the book space, there are more than 3 million different books worldwide active and in print at any given time across all languages. More than 1.5 million in English alone. And so when you have that many items, you can literally build a store online that couldn't exist any other way. And that's important right now because the web is still an infant technology. Basically right now, if you can do things using a more traditional method, you probably should do them using the more traditional method.
What kind of inventory do you keep?
We inventory the best-selling books. At any given time, we're inventorying in our own warehouse only a couple of thousand titles. And then we do almost in-time inventory for another 400,000 titles or so. We get those from a network of...
I think I'm going to end it off with that one. I'll put the link in the description below for the video. But, just looking at Amazon chart, right? 1997, the stock was at $1.50. I mean, if you were super long term, for 20 years, right now Amazon stock is 1,665. Divided by 1.51. You would have 1,103% your money. Oh, hold on, is that right? Yeah, that is right, I think. That wouldn't make any sense because I've already like 500% my money. This thing goes up. If this thing goes up, no, that has to be more than that. It has to be more than that. It doesn't make any sense. But you would be filthy rich if you invested into Amazon for 20 years. You were just a long-term and hard-headed investor and just refused to sell and just truly believe in the company. You would have made a lot of money around this time. And if you were still holding on, I mean, you could have lost it all, but like, you could have lost most of it. But at the end of the day, I mean, like, if you hold it out, you can just look at where like Amazon went. Like, and then when the market crashed in 2008, it was basically a flash crash, and then in the matter of 5 months, it came back to where the original price was, and then it just kept going from there, and you know, kept rising and rising and rising and rising and rising, and today it's worth ridiculous amount of money. So like, I mean, if you went like if you bought around here and the stock market crashed and didn't and you were like, you really believe in the company and all you did was just add on to the stock, you would have so much money. I mean, you would do so well for yourself. You would like, even at like $50, you probably 1,000% your money, because you know the stock is $1,665 right now. So I mean, this, if you put in like $1,000 in Amazon for 20 years, you would probably be a millionaire by now, or even like a lot more. I don't know the calculation exactly. If somebody would want to do the calculation, please comment down below. So like, I'm just saying, like, Canopy has a $5 billion investment from Constellation brand. In, you know, if they manage to use that money effectively, where do you think the stock's gonna be in 1 or 2 years from now? I think the stock would be a lot higher than $48.92. Just my opinion. So any week, that's why I'm a long-term hold investor into Canopy, because I truly believe in the cannabis industry, and I just can't see myself failing being a long-term investor in Canopy. I think in 4 or 5 years, this stock can easily be $400, maybe even not higher, maybe even like $800, maybe $1,200. Just depends on how well Canopy execute. Just my opinion, you know, because Canopy is also in hemp too, and you know, hemp is a business by itself. You can make a lot of business out of hemp, and they're attacking the beverage industry, they're attacking the tobacco industry, they're attacking, like, there's so like the medical industry. There's just so much industry Canopy can tap, and with, you know, with $5 billion of cash backing them, they have so much capital to execute on this strategy. They have zero debt. They have a very good balance sheet. The only problem is the revenue, which is only a short-term thing. Once they announce those numbers in June time, this stock should be $100, in my opinion. Just my opinion. In the June time frame, when they report the numbers, not June time frame, like after a full 3 months of recreational, when they announce their numbers, this stock should be higher than $48.92, in my opinion. It should be like closer to $100. Just my opinion, but we'll see what happens, because at the end of the day, like, Canopy has the most product. When I go to the stores, I look around, I see product everywhere. The only reason why I can't throw all my money into the cannabis industry, like into Canopy and Aurora right now, is because the fear of a stock market crash. I want to make sure that I have some money when that time comes, so I can buy into these stocks heavy, like really heavy, because I truly believe in the cannabis industry, and Canopy is the safest company. I know Canopy will advance forward no matter what. They will be the #1 company. They basically have a monopoly right now. Saying that doesn't mean like Aurora is out of the count. Aurora still has a chance. You know, they can still execute on the strategy with the money they have, the capital they have. They have to use it very wisely. They can't make a mistake, and they basically can't like mess up. If they mess up, then you know, it's over for them. Here's a video for Ken Batley. You know, when this was recorded on February 28th. February 28th. That was not too long ago. This video has to be longer than February 28th. That's weird. Anyways, let's play this video.
When this is completed, Aurora Sky will be the largest cannabis production facility in the world. It'll be 800,000 square feet, or about 4 times the size of what you see behind me, and capable of producing in excess of 100,000 kilograms of high-quality cannabis per year. We're using technologies that have never been used, in some cases in cannabis production, in other cases in agriculture. There will be robotics involved, and we'll be able to keep a closer watch and greater surveillance on our plants than any other agricultural facility in the world. We're anticipating having production coming out of Aurora Sky before the end of 2017 and having the facility complete by the...
So, I have to point out that he's wrong, because February 28, 2018. So this video was obviously in October. He says that we'll have plants coming out of the facility by the end of the year. They actually didn't even get production up and running until the end of January. So he was a few months behind, maybe a couple months behind what he said, and coming out of the facility. So at least a few months. So, you know, if they were planting in January, by the end of January they were having crops come up. What usually people like to promote themselves, you know, the faster the better. But, you know, at the end of the day, Cam Batley probably doesn't know exactly when his facility was done, but who cares? It's done now. I mean, it was a little late. It was way behind schedule, but you can't rush, you know, state-of-the-art stuff. Sometimes that's business for you. That's business. Business doesn't always go the way you want it to, but it does eventually get to that point where you want it to get. But it never actually follows the schedule. Like, it never, having a business be 100% efficient is literally impossible. I just want to point that out.
First half of 2018. Now, the production that will come out of Aurora Sky will initially be designated strictly for the medical cannabis system, which currently in Canada has more than 200,000 patients and is growing at 10% per month. But ultimately, obviously, once consumer legalization is implemented by July of 2018, the production from Aurora Sky will be designated for the consumer system as well. The stigma with respect to cannabis, or if you like, marijuana, isn't completely gone, but it's greatly lessened, especially because Canada has become the world leader in this. We have the most well-developed and most effective medical cannabis system, and we're developing right now the world's leading consumer cannabis system with strong rules to protect youth and to make sure that the profits from the industry go to legitimate places and not to criminal organizations.
We're talking, you know, some of these businesses that I've talked to, big manufacturing businesses and things like that, I mean, we're talking millions of dollars of investment, hundreds of millions of dollars of investment in this area. And we're talking jobs from highly skilled technical jobs all the way down to just basic labor jobs, right? Which is great. I mean, this is what we need. The economy is starting to rebound, and you know, you can see it happening. And we're fortunate in this region to be in a great spot with the airport and the transportation routes to have people come here.
I mean, like, you saw how that facility was being developed around October time frame, because I actually recorded the facility and it looks like it was in the October time frame. So it took them a year from that October to this October to completely construct the facility. So I guess at the beginning it was kind of rough and it was kind of slow, but you know, it's done now. Well, maybe not internally, maybe they're still developing internally. But the facility looks like it's up and operational, but you know, you can't always be 100% efficient on business. So that's the gamble, right? I don't know exactly if Aurora will be able to completely execute on this strategy and compete with Canopy, who has $5 billion, especially when, you know, business is unpredictable. But there's a lot of passion behind Aurora. I can totally tell that the Aurora management really cares about the company and really wants to succeed as a business. I can tell from, at least I can tell from that perspective. Okay, no, this is not what I want up. Oh wait, I guess this is the US. I wanted the Aurora. Like, I honestly believe that eventually the stock will go back to $14. It might take 3 months, it might take 6 months, it might take a year, but eventually it will go back to $15. It could be a buying opportunity right now. You know, to be honest, I would throw a lot more money into Aurora. Actually, I throw more money into Canopy. The only thing I'm fearing right now is a stock market crash. I'm not fearing a stock market crash on the fact that I could lose all my money, because long term it won't matter on a stock market crash. I'm more worried about, I honestly want to see a market crash because I want a better opportunity to make even more money off this company. So that's why I'm kind of selling off on Aurora, because I do believe in this company long term, but at the same time I'm scared that a market crash might happen. And you know, I could be buying. That's why I need to hedge my bet and have some cash on the side to prepare for that moment. And I also need cash on the side to perfect my swing trading tactics on other companies, the other smaller companies, because the stock market is so volatile that it's so easy to make money off of stocks right now. Just my opinion. Okay, so believe it or not, but I was in line on June 9, 2018 in Canada to buy the first iPhone 3G. I wish I did. I wish I actually bought an Apple iPhone 3G back in the day, because I was in lineup. And I had an option to buy a white iPhone 3G. The only reason why I backed out from buying an iPhone 3G is because the plan for the cell phone was $100. $100 a month to have a smartphone. I was like, that is totally not worth it. But if I did and I had an iPhone 3G, I'd be like, this is the greatest thing ever. And I might have had a motivation to invest into Apple back in the day. So let's look at Apple. Let's look at Apple in 2008. So this was June, April. So June 2008 was around here. I would like the stock market, back then I did realize that there was a stock market, and I knew there was a stock market crash. I could have bought it here. I could have, opportunity to buy, and I could have bought it, and then the stock market would have crashed, and then I would have been like, man, this iPhone was so awesome. This crash is only a buying opportunity. I would have bought more. And then if I was long term on this, oh man, I would have been like so rich. Like it's $12 here. What is Apple? Apple is $200. I would have 20 bagged my money in 10 years. 20 bagged my money in 10 years. So I'm just saying, like let's say if you bought Apple here, and you saw the iPhone, you're like, iPhone's so awesome, and then you believe in the company and you invested big time, and you would have been so rich, like you would have made so much money. So that's what I'm saying, like, just because stock market crash, but like still, like look at the recovery time. It's so fast because people knew the value of Apple. People knew that Apple was a very valuable company. So that's why you can't have fear of June. Wait, June? Oh! If I bought it around June, no, this is February. June 2018. This is when Apple, right, okay, so the iPhone was launched right here. And the stock market, I think the stock market crashed around here. If I had an iPhone and I saw a stock market crash, I probably would have used that opportunity to buy into the stock. I would have learned how to buy into the stock market. I would have bought Apple stock. It was funny because my friend had he was like really interested in Apple, and he bought an iPod, and he's like, oh my god, this iPod is the best thing ever. And then he told his parents to go invest into Apple, but Apple was like $56, and his parents were like, oh, it's expensive, So they didn't invest into Apple, and you know, he could have made like so much money. This is before the stock split, by the way. So I mean, I don't have the old chart to tell you guys where the chart split was, stock split was, but I'm just saying, like, you could have made so much money off Apple if you invested into it when the first iPhone came out. You're like, this thing is a revolutionary product. I'm investing into Apple because I believe in this company's vision and future. You would have been rich. It's just like Tesla right now. I do believe that Tesla smart cars are going to be the future. I believe that eventually the United States will switch over from carbon to solar. Not solar, into electric. So, and then China is already going to be, China wants the entire economy to switch over to electric. And Tesla is the Apple name brand of the iPhone, of the car industry. So, I don't see Apple going wrong. Apple doesn't even need advertisement. And they sell cars like crazy. So Apple has an incredible name brand. I'm betting that I'm betting by the time I buy a Tesla, the stock's gonna be like $600. Because if you look at the market cap, it's only $59 million. When it's $100 million, what do you think the stock is gonna be? $600? I think it's gonna be $600. Tesla. So the three companies that I'm truly bullish on is Aurora is the gamble. Aurora is the black sheep because there's no guarantee. I mean, I think I'm pretty sure management can pull it off long term, but it's still the black sheep because that's how I see things. I mean, they do have decent amount of capital. Out of all the licensed producers, they have the most capital out of the licensed producers, except for Canopy. Canopy has the most cash. Aurora has the second amount of most cash. If you include like the T-God money and all the investments, they have the most like short-term and cash investments they can pull out to run the business. So Aurora is very, very safe. I think so. At least this is my opinion. They do have more liabilities than Canopy. Canopy is the ultimate safe company. I'm more bullish on Canopy than any other company on this entire industry, except for Tesla. I know. I'm hoping we have a stock market crash so I can buy big into Tesla. Maybe I should just buy big into now. I might kick myself, but I'm gonna wait because I have a feeling we're in a stock market crash, and I'm camping Tesla. I'm hoping that market crash happens and I can buy big into Tesla because I believe in the company long term, and I'm hoping the stock goes back to 250. This is my opinion. So yeah, I think this is my new next big winner, by the way. Anyways, this video has been long enough. So thanks for watching, and I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.